Hello folks, well isn't this just a majestic view of the coastal California valleys? Yeah, not so much a desert landscape anymore. We have these beautiful, rocky formations, mountains, valleys. There's even a waterfall. Yes, you'll be pleased to know, you all, that after so much landmass going west, there's a coast, a west coast. So yeah, you'll be pleased to know that we have finally reached one of many regions in the US that is considered West Coast. It's an exciting day for us on the coverage project. We have much to explore. I will not delay any further. Just so you know, this is steeper than it appears on camera. This is Ortega Falls. It's a hidden gem here in Orange County, California, right below Los Angeles County, California. Yeah, we've made it to that general area. But here, after you drive up a steep mountain, you will find yourself amazed at Ortega Falls. Sadly, it's defaced with a lot of graffiti and all that, but maybe that's the artistic charm of this place. So secluded. It's a safe haven for all the common, ordinary people to spray paint on rocks. Yeah. Now, Ortega Falls is not the biggest nor the most popular waterfall around these parts, especially not in the US. It's very much a secluded, hidden away experience. But that's the charm of it. It's a very private endeavor. You have to strut down a whole steep trail. That's gonna turn off a lot of those big tourist track tourists, you know, with their bulky cameras, fanny packs, getting off those huge motor coaches. None of those people are gonna be here, so it's a very private, quiet, tranquil thing you'll get to yourself or anybody you take along with you. This is but the first destination on our big excursion. So today, as we head towards San Juan Capistrano here in California, you may as well want to check this out as you're going along towards the coast. All right, let's give San Juan Capistrano the good old coverage project journey. So I've been saying San Juan Capistrano a couple times. What is San Juan Capistrano? Who is San Juan Capistrano? It's a good set of questions to ask when we first enter this very, very historic place among very historic grounds. St. John of Capistrano was a Franciscan priest who lived in Italy at the High Middle Ages. In the Catholic faith, he is considered a saint. Spanish colonized California, part of Greater New Spain. They brought along priests who would Christianize the natives. Missions were set up all over the state. Built here in Southern California, now the town of San Juan Capistrano. The same year that America declared its independence from Britain, this area was built up to develop a religious community named after St. John of Capistrano, San Juan Capistrano. Now you see this garden adorned with all these colorful flowers and high and mighty palm trees, even a little pool full of lilies and weeds. A little fountain sits in the center. I wonder if all of this was here back in the time of Father Junipero Serra, the guy who really spearheaded the development and establishment of this mission. Probably not. Unfortunately, an earthquake in 1812 struck this area right against the coast. We are once again at a different fault line of California. California is known for many different fault lines, and earthquakes happen to have the tremendous effect at those fault lines. So much of this was sadly destroyed, but it was later rebuilt in the early 1900s. So why are the California missions important? Well, these missions laid out across the coast of California laid the foundation for contemporary modern Californian history. Without these, the history of California would be dramatically different. Just the Spanish influence in itself lends itself to the countries of Latin America and the considerable Spanish influence on the Southwest and the Californian culture today. There's a lot of Spanish spoken in the state of California. So we just walk a corner and we find ourselves looking in amazement at this, the Mission Basilica of San Juan Capistrano. This was a much more recent addition to this whole San Juan Capistrano complex, and this was supposed to be a recreation of the ruins we saw at the front of that original mission, which now lies in ruins, but it's supposed to be bigger and grander than the one before. The difference between a basilica and a cathedral, well, a basilica is supposed to be much larger than an ordinary cathedral or Catholic church. There's only supposed to be one in a diocese. The Catholic faith holds dioceses. They're like little ecclesiastical provinces all around the world. So each province gets its own basilica. And here at San Juan Capistrano, this is the church. Well, look at that, we are now in the historic town park. Mission San Juan Capistrano was more than just a purely religious retreat area. It was along the El Camino Real. But don't confuse that with the two other ones in America. The one at Dendros, Santa Fe to Mexico City, and the one in Texas. There's a lot of El Caminos, but the important El Camino we are talking about today is the El Camino Real of California. 21 different missions scattered across the coast, all spaced out in a certain way, evenly apart, so that a day's walk could grant you passage to the next, where it was guaranteed that hospitality would await you. The town of San Juan Capistrano, as I'll be showing you all in due time, was meant as an adjacent addition to the mission center, where commerce could be done. It was close enough to the coast where Spain could sail their ships to the coast, and it was a great docking point at each of these missions, especially at San Juan Capistrano. Eventually, Mexico got its independence and secularized San Juan Capistrano from a mission to just a regular area where the wealthy rancheros would govern over these bits of land. But once California was annexed to the US, Abe Lincoln did a lot of stuff. Another thing he did was return the San Juan Capistrano area back to the Catholic Church. Let's try to head over to the historic Los Rios district of the San Juan Capistrano town. And the special thing about the Los Rios district is that it is the oldest district or set of streets still teeming with markets and shops awaiting your arrival to buy the various goods associated. So let's explore a little of the Capistrano Los Rios district. Well, I guess we're stuck on this side for a while. We'll be using this tomorrow, and maybe even the next day. Okay, y'all are gonna have to forgive me for this. There are so many better Tex-Mex joints with much higher quality than Del Taco. But I've never really seen a Del Taco until I got to Arizona, which is very weird because over on the other side of the street, Taco Bell's over there. Ooh, side by side. Big fast food Tex-Mex joints competing against each other. Who's gonna win? Yeah, I'm going to Del Taco. This footage is the same first footage you're getting of the Pacific Ocean. And just as it's your first footage, it's my first footage with my own eyes. I've never seen the Pacific Ocean until now with you all on the coverage project. Isn't this spectacular? Oh man, we're not exactly in San Juan Capistrano anymore. We're actually in San Clemente. Still close enough to call it in the San Juan Capistrano video. Whatever, I digress. This Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. It stretches for nearly half of the entire Earth's surface. It is huge. So whatever you do, don't get lost. Don't fall off a boat. Don't head out to sea and then forget your way back, because you will have a long journey floating across the ocean currents until you reach maybe, I don't know, Guam, the southern islands of Japan, Shanghai, China. It's a long journey. Don't do it. I don't advise it. However, oh my goodness, can you see the environment of this ocean? much greater waves. There's people surfing. You don't really see many people surfing on the Atlantic, but I think the waves are just good enough here at the Pacific for surfing to be a legitimate activity down here. I didn't know the Metrolink extended out this so close to the ocean. And there's the train. Oh, brilliant. Love what we're finding here on the Pacific coast. And even better, I didn't forget Del Taco. That's right. How about some tacos on the beach? Once again, I apologize. There's probably so many better taco places around. But I'm on this trip, on the Best of the Most West, I'm making sure to have the best of the most budget. So, here we go, Del Taco. This is what a Del Taco taco is like. Now my issue, sort of, with tacos is it's hard to really eat a taco the normal way like you would a burger. Because if you look at the taco, it's not something the human mouth is supposed to consume without tilting one's head or tilting the taco itself, which could cause a mess. It's not really as suitable as a burrito would, right? Because burrito, you can just roll it around. Any side is good to take a nice bite. But with a taco, you gotta be careful. Del Taco from Del Taco. You know, it's not gonna be the best taco. It's fast food, but you know, I'm really hungry, so I can't complain. I really want to set the stage, the environment for you all. Coming to California for the first time, I really feel like an outlier. California is a state that really accentuates the idea of perfection, I guess, the utopia in a way. I mean, there's so many people, supermodels strutting down the pier, then there's people jogging on there with a great physical capability, and then there's all these surfers who are really taking advantage of the ocean scene, and then I'm, you know, the weird guy eating tacos on the beach, but it's okay, because we do things different on the coverage project. We accept that it's okay to be an outlier, our own individual in society. So yeah, here we are, ending today at the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, we end the day here with a great view. So with that, it's time to conclude today's adventure, looking at the Pacific Ocean for the first time, and not the last time on this Best of the Most West trip. More travels to come. I will see you at the next location.